Hello and welcome to Open Mic UK's Artist Development Tutorial. My name's Chantelle and we're going to be looking at songwriting today and how to write lyrics for a song. I'm going to give you 15 tips on writing lyrics and how to get going and fast. It can be daunting thinking about writing a song. You've been listening to songs all your life and you've probably been singing other people's songs up until now. Don't be put off. Just start sketching out your ideas, writing down lyrics, and follow me through this video to find out different ways that you can really get your creativity flowing. So can you write lyrics for a song if you can't sing? There are a myriad of different jobs in the industry and songwriting is one of them. So get your poetry out and get writing. So tip number 1 is focus on quality, not quantity. You'll find that most pop songs only have 100 to 300 lyrics in them. In fact, some songs have much less. If you take a look at a song called You Are Beautiful, made famous by Kenny Rogers or Joe Cocker, this has only over 30 unique words in it, and this is one of the most beautiful songs of all time. I would suggest you go and have a listen to it just to get some inspiration. So tip number 2 is to think of a topic. You can brainstorm a topic, you could sit with your band and all think of ideas, or you can just sit and write an entire stream of consciousness until you've got all the ideas that you want out of you. When you're brainstorming ideas, think of just words and collections of words rather than whole sentences and paragraphs, and this will help you build your song at a later date. Remember to use emotive language that really rouses people's feelings. Don't just say that you like someone, say that they make you crazy. You know, it's really important that you convey emotion. This is not you talking to your mates down the pub. This is you expressing yourself and creating something beautiful. It's a piece of art. This might not be your end product, so don't be shy about writing exactly how you feel. This will really help you craft your song at the end. Tip number 3 may seem obvious, but it is really important to relate the music to your lyrics and vice versa. When you're a young songwriter, you want to just stick to the vague rules that there are about songwriting. So if you're writing a song about being happy and ecstatic, you might want to put it into a key of music that conveys that emotion. So a great example of a piece of music that really gels with the lyrics is Pharrell Williams' Happy. It's a song written in a major key and conveys joy and extreme happiness to anyone that hears it. Tip number 4 is to create a great vocal hook. This can be just a musical idea, a lyrical idea, a few lines, even a few words that go round and round. If you get stuck for ideas or you're not sure how to approach creating a vocal hook, play your song and change the way that you use the rhythm of the music with your lyrics. Instead of da 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 da, da 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 da. Just change things up a little bit. Tip number 4 is to create a great vocal hook. A vocal hook is a musical and lyrical idea that's quite short. And when people first hear your music, it's those bits that stand out that they're really going to go away with. Tip number 5 is to use simple metaphors. Metaphors are used all over music, no matter what genre, and it's really good to get used to using these. They allow you to be more creative with your lyrics and make your music sound more interesting. Be careful not to use it too much in the end edit, as it can get a bit boring and you lose track of what you're actually trying to say. So number 6 will not come as a surprise at all, but you need to write a killer chorus. You really want to leave your fans going away with something that they have really caught onto, that they want to sing, they want to hear again, they want to know more about. There are no rules to writing a good chorus, but a repeating musical idea is usually the way to go. Tip number 7 is to create great verses. So this is where you really get to tell the story of your song. Remember to keep your verses under the arch of the theme that you've created, the topic that you're talking about. You get to really share a little bit more of what you are trying to convey in the verses. Tip number 8 is to have a contrasting bridge. Now, if you're not sure what a bridge is, then again, it's time for you to go and get some theory lessons, maybe get a music teacher, and definitely ask your peers. But if you do decide to have a bridge, you don't have to have any lyrics in it at all. It can be just instrumental, and often the musical ideas within the bridge are different to what's been going on through the song already. Tip number 9, make an intro and an outro. So all the hard work is done, and now it's time to have some fun. Your introduction and outro can be very creative, but you need to still capture people's attention. attention. Again, make sure you're really listening to other people's music. Now that you've become a songwriter, you need to listen in a different way. Listen to the parts, listen into the song, and see what other artists are doing. So how do you write lyrics for a rap song? Rap music is different to pop music, and you will definitely need to write more lyrics than you would if you were writing a pop song. How you lead from one line into the next line is really important, and is often what people are looking for in an artist. It's really important to rhyme well, but you don't have to rhyme every word, and in fact it can be quite predictable if you do. So avoid cheesy and cliche rhymes. At this point, I'm going to point you to entrances, set you free to get an idea of what I'm talking about here. Listen to the radio edit. Tip number 11 is to find the right songwriting process for you. This is a really good time to ask other people how they do it. Where do they get their inspiration? How do they start writing their song? How do they even know they want to write a song? Really speak to your peers, to your friends, and anyone that you know. You can even email your favourite artists, and you might get lucky and they'll just feel like responding that day. Always carry a notebook. Always be able to write your ideas down. You can be anywhere and inspiration will just strike you. You have to be able to get it written down. And on that note, tip number 12 is to use apps and tools to get your ideas down. Here are 3 top apps for helping you as a young musician get your ideas organised and down so that you're ready to go and create amazing songs. Music Memo is an app that's used to record and organise your ideas on the go. Rhymezone.com is exactly what it says. If you've got words that you would like to change in your song, it can help you find new words. And there are so many words out there. Keep them. Whenever you find new ones, just keep them, write them down somewhere, and gather your own words so that you can refer back to them in the future when you're writing other songs. Hum is an app that's dedicated to you writing lyrics, storing and organising all your songs in one place so that you can really write and get creative on the go. So these days you can compose music without an instrument in more and more amazing and exciting ways. If you have not yet delved into the world of technology to help your songwriting, I suggest you do so now. Digital audio workstations such as GarageBand and Ableton are super powerful production tools that means you can write an entire piece of music, album and beyond. Tip number 13 is to really let your creativity flow. Do not worry about whether people will see this. You choose whether or not they get to do that. Don't let fear stop you. Just write everything out. Get your ideas onto the page and decide what to do with them later. This is how you are going to touch people. This is how you're going to really create that killer song. If you're getting stuck, move on. Don't let yourself stagnate with one song. You can always come back to it later. Keep going, keep flowing, keep collecting words, keep listening for new rhymes and keep coming up with new ideas. Even if it's just a couple of lines here and there. The amount of times I've gone back to 2 lines that I wrote a year ago and written a whole song around it, I can't tell you. Don't give up and keep going. Tip number 14 is to take your time. Because if there's not a specific deadline, you're in no rush. You want to create the best piece of music and art that you can. So don't rush it and make it the best that it can be. Tip number 15 is to get people's feedback. So this is a really important part. As a young songwriter, you should really be looking to your peers to give you advice and information on how you're progressing as an artist. But don't ask people who are going to go, oh yeah, that's great, it's great, it's great. You want to ask people who will really give you some critique and be prepared to hear it and adjust. And you're not going to get very far in this industry if you don't hear the negative alongside the positive. You should grow from it and always be learning and take it on the chin, as they say, but do get people's feedback wherever possible. And that's it for today. How to write lyrics and fast. 15 tips for you. I hope you've got loads out of it and that you go away feeling inspired. Don't forget to collect words that you love out of the world. Don't forget to listen to other people's music and listen in a different way. Listen into it, to all the little parts, how it's structured, what instruments they're using. Listen, listen, listen. I cannot say that enough. If you want more advice about different parts of the music industry, then visit openmicuk.co.uk's artist development section. We look forward to seeing you next time. My name's Chantelle. Goodbye.